I've got an important question for you. Can you take a 30 tip? I'm not talking three, I'm talking 30 tip blog post and turn it into multiple courses and a profitable online empire? We're going to answer that question here, folks, in just a moment. Welcome, everyone, to episode 125 of the Content Profit Show. And every time I give that number, you know what I do. I thank y'all, because it's because of y'all that we're able to do this. Now, those of you here not in the South, like our special guest, Cassandra, y'all is one person here. Like, y'all have a good night. That's one person. All y'all means everybody. Okay, so thanks all y'all. All right, a couple announcements of things coming up. Actually, things going on. Right down here, there's a link. You know that in the end of last year, we started custom content on demand, where we create different stuff for you. And having a blast with that. Lots of people in there. You want to go check it out? That's the link. And then at the end of the show, we'll talk about how to, sit in Cassandra's seat. And speaking of Cassandra, of Master Your Stress, she is a cool person. We've been talking backstage, and she works with caregivers and their families on mastering stress. And I love the mastering stress part, folks, because I taught that a lot back when I was a counseling psychologist, because who wants to just manage it? Let's master it, right? So welcome to the show, Cassandra.
Thank you so much. I'm ecstatic to be here, like so excited to be here. Thank
Yay, I love hearing that. I'm excited to see you. This is actually my of all the things I do, like even this afternoon when I teach a second module of a course of the Profit Camp, this is my favorite thing to do. I have so much fun doing this because you meet people and you help them see where they can go. And so I'm excited that you're here. All right. So with all of this, what's your dream? What's the dream with all of this?
My dream, honestly, is financial freedom. I don't want to have to go to a 9 to 5 every day. I'd like to be able to serve and help others, but without having to physically be present all the time. That's
That's
the
really
dream.
well said, and I can hear the passion and the longing in your voice for that. So it's going to be fun getting you there. All right, so at um, let's take a look at that blog post, and there it is. Okay, it's 30 ways, folks, not 50 ways to leave your lover, but 30 ways for caregivers to make self-care a priority in 2023. Well, this was written a while ago, so we can say 2024 now. Um, and I'm not kidding you, folks. There's 30 ways here. We won't take the time to look at them all, but alone time, ask for help. I love it. Being an owner of a shepherd husky wolf, I love that doggy there. Um, I think Duke kind of has made that help noise too. Aromatherapy, yep. Uh, Ooh, I love it. Peppermint, lavender, orange. Boundaries, clear the clutter. Cassandra, I'll have to hook you up with one of my students. She's all about clutter.
Oh, it sounds
Um,
great.
it's Cynthia, and I think one of her new titles is um, Square Foot Organization, or 1 square foot organization. Just do a little bit at a time. Um, and so there's a lot in here. Clear the digital clutter. Yeah. You mean the 20,012
Emails that I have in my
emails,
inbox.
and I try to clean it out at the end of every year, and then it grows again. Geez. So awesome. Now, there's so much we can do with these 20 things. What I'm going to do is we're going to move over to another screen to share, because I usually do this on 2 screens, but my side screen died, and I just haven't gotten around to finding the right new one. So I've learned to shuffle while we do this. There we go. All right. We can get rid of this thing on the side here because we don't need to see all the other slides. Make this a little bigger, perhaps. There we go. All right. So this is a think of it as an ascension model, a profit pipeline, whatever you want to call it. I like profit pipeline. Okay. So we've got Cassandra's new content kingdom. It's basing it today, just today, off of 30 stress mastery tips for caregivers. There's so much more on your website. And then we want to get traffic to it. Let me get back over here with the both of us. So what you told me before we talked, and then while we were talking, is that the big next step for you, you want courses, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the good news is we can do a lot of courses with 30 tips. Okay. What we don't want to do is make that one course, with 30 different modules.
Okay.
That might be something we do later on in a long-term membership, because that would be right there. You've got, if you did it monthly, you've got 30 months of content right there. So a couple of ideas for this. You could do it in chunks, like, let's see, like, some of them 7 times 4, 28, do like 7 or 8. Yeah, do 7 different modules. And do, 4 or 5 of the tips in each. That would be one. Okay.
Okay.
I'd call that a signature course, something that you become known for because it's just got so much. Okay. Another way to do it, as I looked through the 30, I was looking for ways to put them in their own category,
Okay.
like spiritual, emotional, mental, physical.
Okay.
And you could do that. And that way you could have 3 courses, stress mastery, colon, physical health or mental health or stress, better title after the stress mastery we'd come up with. That's another way to do it. See, you said you wanted courses, and you're going to get some course ideas here. Another way to do this is you could have 30 mini courses at one at a time. Okay. And so, I mean, talk about the different ways for people to find you. And one of the things you could do is, like, on the end of a blog post, end of something, an article on Medium, just say, hey, by the way, if you like this tip, here you go. And you take them to the course. Yeah.
Okay.
Take a breath, because you don't have to do all that at once. We're not going to do it. Okay. We'll talk more later about how to divide this up. Because you could even do 10 mini classes, 3 at a time, mini courses at 3 at a time. Mastering Stress Volume 1, or no, forget volume. Mastering Stress Episode 1.
Oh, okay.
And then, that could be monthly, weekly. People pay per episode. You could even do something like this, where you bring somebody on and help them with a particular kind of stress in 20 minutes or less.
Oh, that's amazing. I've literally never thought of anything like that.
Yay. Yay.
Oh,
I stumbled onto it about a year and a half ago, and I'm loving it. So it works. Now, multiple ways to do courses. Another strategy is you build the big one, and then you break it into parts. Okay. This one's so big. I think that trying to do 30 modules would be a little overwhelming and daunting, and we don't want that. We
yes.
want to get you one thing out there and making a profit in a way that does 2 things that's replicable. Because I remember it was 2005. Wow. And I was a counseling psychologist, and on Wednesday mornings I'd go over to the #1 soft rock station in town morning show to do a live interview about the column that I put in the newspaper that week, and then record one as if it's Friday. Okay. And,
Okay.
my friends were saying, do you get paid for this? I'm like, no. What are you doing going over there at 6:30 in the morning every week? And I'd say, listen, how much do you think it would cost to have 6 minutes of advertising dedicated to you a week on the #1 morning show in town? Oh, And so one morning we're talking,
Mhm.
and I was going through a whole series of dealing with difficult people.
Okay.
And one of the DJs said, you really ought to write a book about this, Jeff. And I thought, no, I think what I'm going to write is one of these new things. These things are calling an ebook. And so
Ah,
I
yes.
went back to my office, prayed for cancellations, gathered 5 articles on it together, put it into a PDF, uploaded it, and like 25 minutes after launch, I'd sold my first $17 ebook.
Oh, wow.
And I'm telling you this, Cassandra, because of this part. The world shifted. It,
Yes.
it just shifted because I thought, all I got to do is sell more of these, this title, or a whole lot of others
Mhm.
and other stuff. And this could be cool. Um, and I think that book's still out there somewhere. It's called Beat the Bozos: How to Deal How to Deal with Difficult People Without Becoming One. So, you know, and my point, and I do have one, is we're going to create one thing for you, but do it in a form that's repeatable, okay, and over and
Okay.
over and over again. Now, let's just give you some ideas to build out the rest here. You've already got a short-term membership going on, right?
Not really, but it's something that, I
12-week
have kind of
coaching, is that what it
considered.
is?
But yes, that yes. So,
Okay.
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. I mean, I'm just using a different word for it. The cool thing about those is about 50% or more of the people that take something like that
Mhm.
will end up in a long-term membership. And we'll build that out later, but I'm just giving you a glimpse of the future here.
Okay.
Um, and then working backwards underneath the course here on the screen, you could easily do a master class on every one of these. Okay. And the cool thing is, you could probably do it in like 30 minutes because people love short.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and you wouldn't have to do them all at once. I mean, you could do a master class on one a month, and then move them into a course that's developed. And there's so much we can do here. So essentially, with master classes, the course, short term coaching or membership, and then the stress mastery membership. Um, this is really the beginnings of a a content profit empire. Notice at the top under stress mastery workshop, I put club in parentheses because that just sounds like a good word for this. The stress mastery club. You in the club? You need to be in the club. I'm in
Yeah.
the club.
Everybody needs to join the club.
There you go. Exactly right. All right. So, are you getting a glimpse of the future?
Yes,
Yeah.
I absolutely am.
What do you see? What do you see?
The future is beautiful, and just listening to you talk, it actually sounds doable.
Sounds doable.
It sounds doable.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's what I love hearing from folks, because it is. And I I I told somebody the other day that called me a guru. I went, no, I don't want you to use that word for me. For me, I don't want to be one of those gurus that have reputations. I'll just be a coach, um, because the gurus will tell you that this is hard and takes a long time.
Mhm.
Okay, I remember first few months I started in my tiny little 700 square foot apartment with a big dog and 2 kids. Um, I was listening to a teleseminar. That's how long ago this is, about creating a product. And they're telling me it's going to take a year and $2,000. And I'm like, what? I'm laughing because I created a product that weekend. This was
Oh,
on
wow.
Monday, and so I'm and my my folks will tell you I'm big about making it easy and quick and profitable. Um, Fun comment here for us. I want to be in the club though. All right, that says Facebook user, but I'm not sure who that is, but nice guys. Reveal yourself, Facebook user. All right, so yeah, lots to do here, uh, and part of the reason there's lots to do here is you brought great stuff, Cassandra.
Thank
Um,
you.
it's fun to work with, and you're fun to work with. Any questions? Because I've thrown a lot at you.
No, I'm just kind of taking it all in, and I'm just really thankful that I was able to find you and to be here because it's really opening up like thoughts and possibilities that I hadn't considered. Because literally, I was just like, okay, I've got this blog post, so maybe I can, you know, do some YouTube videos or things like that. But this is so much more than just that.
Wow, that makes me just so happy for you.
Like,
Thank you for that. I'll ask you right now, do I have permission to use that as a testimonial in
yeah,
the
you
future?
can.
Because that's a good one.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, we'll reveal the culprit behind the club sandwiches. My buddy Phil, um, he doesn't ever come up as Facebook user. He comes up with his name. So it sounded like you, Phil, but I wasn't sure. So thank you for revealing yourself. Um, this guy, this guy's got a cool history. He was a roadie for Elvis.
Oh, wow.
He was a
Okay.
roadie for Jimi Hendrix. And he's got a book. I can't think of the name of it. Tell us, Phil. But it's all stories about that. So anyway, back on course here. Uh, I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you see, the power of all of this. And again, we'll get started small, do the first thing, and then what's that quote by Saint Francis? First, do what is possible. Then, first do what is needed. Then do what is possible, and all of a sudden you're doing the impossible. Something like that. And we'll start with the very basic stuff, and then we'll move up. Um, Build that profit and create that lifestyle you want, right?
Mhm.
All right, I told you it'd be the fastest 20 minutes ever.
It really is.
It's been one of the best. We're going to start wrapping up here. um, Cassandra, thank you. You really have brought good stuff here.
Oh,
um, and I don't say that to everybody, you ever watch Johnny Carson?
yes.
Okay, remember how comedians would come out and you knew that Carson liked them if they called him over to talk,
Mhm, mhm.
right? That was a sign like you've made it, dude. Okay. So I don't say that. We're going to do some other stuff afterwards. I don't say it to everybody.
Oh,
There's the
I've
book.
got a seat on the couch.
I'm writing that down. I like it. Ouch. See, for our generation, yeah, they've missed so much with these current guys. I mean, Carson was the forever goat. Um, the only guy to me that came close. Did you ever watch Craig Ferguson?
Not my husband did a little bit, but I've
Yeah.
never really watched
He's
much.
beyond funny. And if you need a laugh someday, go to YouTube and look up Craig Ferguson, Robin Williams, because it's almost an hour of 5 appearances on the show. And Craig
Okay.
Ferguson's the only one that's been ever able to keep up with Robin Williams. But
Oh, wow. Okay,
it's
that
a
says a
gut
lot
buster.
because
And Phil's book is the Philly Kid Chronicles: Life, Dogs, and Rock and Roll. I love it. I love it, and it's a good book. I've got a copy. All right. So again, thank you for being here, bringing great stuff, folks. If you want to be in Cassandra's seat one day, not at her home actually, but in the Content Profit seat, or maybe it's going to be the Content Profit couch now, thanks to you, Cassandra. The link you want to go to is jeffherring.com/guest, and you'll see all the good stuff you're going to get with this. And folks, thank you all for being here. A lot of places you could have been online nowadays. You chose to be with us. And whether you're watching this live or on the replay, thank you. And we will catch you next time. And until then, you know what to do. Go use this stuff.